Okay, let's talk about UART. UART experiment is the first experiment of the hardware program which is part of your processor lab. Okay, so what is UART? UART is Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. Now, this asynchronous receiver transmitter is basically part of the processor, so inbuilt inside the processor. So this hardware program does not require external device to be connected because UART is present inside the processor. Okay. Now, before going to the UART present in ARM processor, let's see a general view what is asynchronous serial communication. Now, since the serial communication means you are sending bit by bit data. Okay, so before we start the communication between two devices serially, we need they both devices has to agree or understand about each other something. Like how much of data how much of data is transmitted and what is the synchronization bit you are going to use, what is the parity bit you are going to use, and what is the baud rate. So these four things has to be decided by both the devices or they should understand before they start the transmission or communication between each other. Okay, so generally the data, a frame of data consists of a start bit, a data length of 5 to 9. What do you remember 5 to 9 is? You can send 5 bit, you can send 6 bit, you can send 8 bit, you can send 9 bit, you can send 7 bit. It's totally your choice. What how many bits you want to transfer. Then parity bit, it can be present or it cannot be there. If it is present, it will be 1 bit. If it is not there, it will be not there. 0. Stop bit of 1 or 2 bit. Now start and stop bit become the synchronization. Okay, so 1 bit of start bit, 1 or 2 bits of stop bit. These are both the synchronization bit. Then you have data and parity put together. It is known as the frame. Okay, then so now before we transmit, now in our program, what are we going to use? For our UART program, we are going to use start as 1 bit, obviously, data as 8 bits. So we are sending a character, so 8 bit data, no parity bit, we are not using parity bit, and stop bit of 1. So 1 start bit, 8 data bits, and 1 stop bit. So totally my frame size will be 10 bits. Okay, this is my frame size for the UART program. Okay, next part is the baud rate. Now the baud rate, there are different standards. We have to follow the standards. So we are going to follow 9600. So we are going to use 9600 as our baud rate. It's a very low baud rate, but it's okay. So 9600 of a baud rate we are going to use. Okay. Now coming to ARM processor. Now ARM processor has three UART for the use of program. Programmer can program three UART. UART number 0, 2, and 3. We are going to use UART number 0. So we are using UART number 0. Okay. Now before you start the using the UART for the communication between two devices, you need to initialize the UART. Now how do we initialize? There are different registers which you need to put some values. Okay. The first register will be your PCON. PCON is peripheral power control register. Okay, or you can say power control register for peripherals. Now, why did we require to go there? See, there are many devices which is inbuilt inside your processor. Okay, now when devices are inbuilt processor, they are not in use all the time. Like UART, I may not be doing serial communication all the time. Then there is no purpose of me to switch it on all the time because it will waste my power or the battery. Okay, so we don't switch on it for all the time. So whenever we require we will switch it on, and after that we will switch it off. Okay, so how to switch on or switch off? It's using PCON register. So we have to go to this PCON register and switch on my UART because I want to use it now. Okay, let's see, we'll see later how it is done. So next, UART, since you are sending serially, you require to have a pin connection to send data from one device to other device. Otherwise, how do we send? So to send the data using pins, we need to do pin selection. And since we are doing for UART 0, we have to find for UART 0 what is the pin. Okay. Next one is LCR, that's a line control register. The line control register is basically to decide the size of your frame. Okay, just now we saw the size of the frame is your what we want to do is one bit of start bit. Just now we saw that one bit of start bit and one bit of stop bit and data of 8 bit. So we wanted 1 bit here, 8 bit here, nothing here, and 1 bit here. So totally I want 10 bits. Now this I need to specify in my LCR register. So I am going to find out and put the value for that, specify in LCR register. That's your line control register. Okay, and also I am going to enable my device latch. Why? We'll see next. Okay, now my frame size is decided. Now next is my baud rate. That's your 9600. The 9600 baud rate will be put, the value will be put in DLM and DLL. Okay, DLM is your higher byte of the data and DLL is your lower byte of the data. So the 9600 value I'm going to put it here after some calculation. Okay, now these two registers are not effective, or the 9600 value which I have put is not effective if I don't enable the device latch. The first thing I had to do is enable the device latch, then put the value in DLL and DLM. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. Next step is my FCR. That's your FIFO control register. Now, why do we require a FIFO? Since I am doing a serial communication, before the data is sent bit by bit, I need to save it for some place. So it will send bit by bit. Okay. And this is done using a FIFO. FIFOs are basically your pipes. So I'll put the data in this FIFO, and the FIFO will send bit by bit to the pin of UART to send it to the other device. Okay. Okay. So that's it. I have to enable the FIFO. Okay. Next, I have to come back to LCR. LCR we have used here. So I'm going to come back to LCR here again. Why? This enable device latch which we did enable, I am going to disable it. The bit of device latch I am going to disable. Reason, if you don't disable, you cannot send data using UART. One more register requires this to be disabled. That's the reason. Okay. This is about initialization. After initialization, how do we transmit data? For transmit data, I have to use two registers. The first important register here is THR. It's a transmit holding register. Now, transmit holding register is a register where you put the data. Means, if I want to send, say, character A, okay, a data A I want to send. So I have to put this A data in THR. Okay, so my THR will be equal to character A. So I have to put it there. Okay. Now next part is, can I put whenever I want? No, we can't. Say example, just now I told A. So I want to send not A, I want to send ABCD. Now if I have to send, I want to send ABCD, I have to put one by one. So first I will put A, then B, then C, then D. Okay. So when I put A in my THR, this will be going to my FIFO. Okay, and from FIFO it will go to UART. Now, when it's going through FIFO and going to UART, it will go bit by bit. Now, UART has a small, slower speed, but my processor program is more faster. Okay, so it's not confirmed that before I put the B, my A is gone. So I should be careful about that. Okay, so my before putting a data in the THR, you have to make sure the previous data is transmitted. So before I put a B, I have to be sure that THR is has sent the A. So A is already been sent to UART. How do I check? I have to check for empty. Okay, so till this THR is not empty, I can't put a new data for transmission. Okay, so we will check if it is empty, then only we'll put the data inside the THR. Now, how do I check empty or not? Using another register known as LSR. LSR is line status register. Okay, in this one bit is there which will tell me that the THR is empty or not. We'll see that how it is. Okay, so first I'm going to check the LSR value. If it is empty, then I'll put the value THR. Okay, this is about your programming part. Okay, let's come one by one register. So who's the first register? PCON register. So let's go to PCON register first. Okay, so let's first this PCON. So I have to switch on the UART. So I have to know that where is UART connected. You can see UART is connected to pin number 3. So I have to go to the pin number 3 and bit number 3 of PCON and make it enable. Okay, let's make it 1. So that I have shown here. So I am not bothered about the other part. I am only bothered about third bit. Why third bit? Remember, this is your 0th bit, 1 bit. This is my 0 bit. Remember that. So this will be my third bit. I'll go to that bit and make it 1 so that my UART is on. So for For that, what is my value now? My value of LPCSC with PCON is how much? If you convert this pi into hexa, it will get 0. Okay, so this is my first value. Okay, this is about my PCON. Now coming to the next register was your pin select. I have to select which pin I'm going to use here. Now if you come to UART, which UART we are using? 0. So means we are working on TXT0 and RXT0. Since it's a serial communication, it has to have a pin for transmission and one for receiving. This asynchronous receiver and transmitter. So I have two pins here, TXT and RXT for 0 UART. 0 indicates UART number 0. So these two bits I am going to use. So which pins I am going to use? I am going to use 5, 4 for TXT, 6 and 7 for RXT. So means I need to select them as, what is the function? 0, 1. Okay, I have to go and make these two bits as 0, 1. Means 4 and 5 should be 0, 1. 6 and 7 also should be 0, 1. Then only I can use these two as my pin of TXT and RXT. So I put that value again here. So this is my 4 and 5 as 0, 1. And this is my 6 and 7 as 0, 1. Okay, so I'm converting this to hexa, so I'll get the value as 50. Okay, this is about your pin select. Next, go to now LCR. LCR was basically to line control register to frame. What's my frame? One start bit, one stop bit, and 8 bit of character. Correct? So my data length is how much? 8 bit. So if you can see, this is my 8 bit here. This is 8 bit here. So for this, what is my bit? The value is 1 1. So my bit number 0 and 1 should be 1 1 for 8 bit character. Okay, done. Okay, similarly for one stop bit, if you see one stop bit, I have this is a 0. Okay, so this will be 0. So for one stop bit, the next bit should be 0. Then do I have parity bit? No, then put it 0. Since I don't have parity bit, the next bit will be 0 0. No effect. Okay, next is break control. Break control is basically break between two data. Okay, or two paragraphs or something. I'm not using it here, so it will be 0. Very important, device latch. Okay, the device latch should be enabled. So this bit, this 7th bit, it should be enabled. How to enable? You have to make it 1. So you can see it says enable access to device latch. Okay, so it has to be 0. Disable means 1. Done. So this I have put here in my register. Okay, this one, not the upper one, the upper one, not the down one. So my first 1 1 is indicating 8 bit. Next 0 is indicating stop bit. Next 0 indicates no parity. And next 2 is, since there is no parity, this bit will be 0. The next one is a break control, which is again 0. And the 1 which indicates we have enabled the device latch. So this value is how much? 83. So I put the 83. That's my 83. Okay. This is for LCR first time. Remember, I have to make device latch disable also. Let's see the value now only. If I have to disable means only I have to make this 1 as 0. Nothing else. Okay. So this value will be 0 3. Okay. So when you enable it will be 83. When you disable it will be just 3. Okay. Let's go to the next one. The next register talks about the baud rate. So how do I select the baud rate? This is the formula. This is the formula of baud rate to find. So my baud rate is how much? 9600. So I'll put the value here. T clock depends upon the clock present inside the processor. The processor has 4 megahertz of peak clock. So I'll put the value. So this will give me 26 as decimal, which is in hexa as 1A. Okay. Then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this as a 16-bit value and put here. So this is my DLN. That's my higher byte of the register. Okay, that's your device latch register higher byte. So higher byte is 0 0. So I'll put 0 0 because this is 0 0 here. You can see this is 0 0. So this is from 0 0. And lower byte will be 1A. Okay, this is my value for DLM and DLL. Okay. Coming to the next is your FCR. FCR is a FIFO control register. So for FCR, I need to only enable the FCR. So how to enable the FCR? So 0 bit should be 1. To make it 1, your UART 0, FIFO is enabled. And next, RxD. Okay, that receiving FIFO. Even though we are not receiving it, but we still will make it as 1. Then transmit FIFO. We are definitely using transmission, so it has to be 1. Okay, and others we are not using. So this has to be 1, this has to be 1, this has to be 1. Means 0 bit, 1 bit, 2 bit. So if I put this, I'll get this as like this. Okay, so means the value is what? 07. Okay, so I have got FCR. Next, transmit holding register. That was the so till here it was for initialization. Now let's talk about transmit holding register where the data is put. It's just a simple register. Okay, put the data, data will go. Okay, you need to only do that. So whatever data you want to transmit, put in THR, data will transmit. Okay, done. Next is your line status registers. Okay, line status register is for checking the THR is empty or not. Okay, for THR to be empty, the bit is present as here, the fifth bit. Okay, transmit holding register empty. This bit is tells that is my transfer register empty or not. If it is 0, means it is still having a data. If it is 1, it is empty. So until it is not 1, you are not supposed to put the next value. Okay, so I'm going to check this value to transmit data. So my first step should be what? For that. So what is the value I'm going to check? My checked value will be this one. Fifth value, fifth bit, correct? Is 1. If it is 1, it is empty. If it is 0, it is not empty. Okay, so what I'm going to check? I'm going to check for 20. So this is what I'm going to check for this. Okay. So before going to the next part, it's important that I'll just tell one more thing. LCR 1 means enable. Okay. So before you use DLM and DLR, you have to make it enable. And before using THR, you have to make it disable. Okay. This is the purpose of using. And this value was 83. This value was 03. Okay. So let's see what we have learned. Okay. Let's see the values which you have learned now. So for initialization, my PCON should be 08. Pin select 0 should be 50. LCR should be 83 to enable the device latch. Okay. Then my baud rate 00 and 1A. Then FCR FIFO register should be your 7, and then disable the latch to make it 3. This is my initialization values. Then I have to check for LSR as 20. If LSR is 20, if it is true, then only means the FIFO is empty. So I am going to put the data in THR. Okay. So these are my steps to be followed for my UART program to work. Let's go to the program then. Okay, program is here. Okay, that's my program. So I have put the value. So remember, my PCON was 808, then selection was 50, then LCR 83 for my enable and the framing, then DLM was 01, 1A, and then FCR is 7, and LCR is 2. So I put this as a function of your initialization, which I will call from the main function. Okay. So I'm calling it from here. So I'm going to call this as a program function from this. Okay. Next part. Okay. So what I am going to send now? I am sending a string ARM processor lab serially. So I'm putting it in array, and of course the I required for index. How I am doing? I'm putting a for loop starting from 0 till the character is not of null character. String is not a null character. I'll do I plus, and whatever I want to send array of I, I'm going to put in THR. Okay, so whatever I'm going to whatever data I want to send, I'm going to put in THR. But as just now we learned that we cannot use THR till THR is empty. So how do I know THR is empty? I need to go to LSR register and check for 20. Okay. So I'm just adding it once, so my value is correct. The other bits may be used for something else. So it does not reflect here. So I'm just adding it by 20 first. So I get exactly the bit 20. Fifth bit is 0 or 1 or not to check it. Okay. So I'm going to check that with not equal to 20. Means if it is not equal to 20, okay, then be here only. Keep be here. This is my while loop with the semicolon. So be here means I am waiting for the THR to be empty. But till my register is not empty, I am going to be present here only. I can't go to the next step. I cannot send the next data. So I will be waiting till my THR is not empty. Okay, as soon as this is false, it will come out and start sending the next data. You put the byte and then send it. Okay, so this will run, this for loop will run for the whole string. After you put the whole string, I am just giving a small delay. Okay, I'm giving a small delay to run the next. So it's inside a while one that will keep sending the data. Okay, this is about your UART program. Okay, so let's run this program once and see the output. So let's run it. Okay, and the question is where do I see the output? The output you have to go to view and go to serial window 1. So output has to come here. Okay, so what I am printing? ARM processor lab. I'm sending ARM processor lab. So it has to that send the value so that you can see. Okay, so it is printing that. You can see in this window, it is printing it. ARM processor lab, ARM processor lab, ARM. Since I put inside the value, we keep printing that. Okay, this is about your serial communication or UART program.